We are back to talk about Cocaine Bear. Let's hear about it.
Yes.
We have a dead body. So exciting.
So we had the body, and we've got 16 more bodies, 17 more bodies. We count the guy on the plane. So, and then who knows how many people, the company, what happens is they start, the reason they're keeping him, they kept him loose was they were hoping he would, go up the food chain, to bigger guys in the company. But there were a bunch of revenge deaths that occurred all over the United States. People who testified against him. The prosecutor of him was found dead in a swamp in Tampa. The man who turned evidence and said, "Oh, the reason he was doing all this was he was actually trying to steal guns from a government facility in California." That was what all the money and the drugs were financing, was to steal more weapons. And they actually had also hired a minesweeper and were commissioning it to be a drug smuggling truck, a drug smuggling boat. And all this, the guy who turned evidence on him in his trial wound up with a slit throat in Miami.
Okay,
so,
wait a minute. All these people died, and he only did 6 months. That's what we're talking about, right?
Yes, this guy
he
who did 6 months.
whopping 6 months, and then killed all these people.
These people are dying right and left all around him. So people are saying that, again, this is Woody Harrelson's dad.
Well,
this
he
is his
engineered the death of all these people for 6 months of jail time.
Yes.
After being caught with all this stuff in his room.
In his room, yep.
Wow, the balls on this dude at this point in time.
One of the guys was killed. The guy in Tampa had been killed with a poison made out of ether. So he's like tripping balls as he dies. I mean, this is crazy. And that was some of the stuff they found in Andrew's apartment, or in his compound, when his apartment in his compound, that when they went after he died and they searched it, they found that poison in there. So
you've gotta almost wonder too if he did that, and because he seems like, and I don't even know that much about him, but he strikes me as the type of person that would want to see the look on the person's face as he's killing them. I mean, you're talking about Woody Harrelson's dad having committed these murders, right? Which has no reflection on Woody Harrelson, because we love Woody Harrelson.
Hey.
But and you can't always pick your family, as we all know, and I'm sure we'll come up on many of these podcasts. But but the fact of the matter is, this guy really strikes me sort of egomaniac, that he thinks that I don't know. I'm just reading into it, but I believe he would want to look at the person as they're dying to prove to them that he did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and there, like I said, that's just, again, so now with all that said, he's gone, he's dead. Good riddance, right? But now we have the story of the bear, right? Little Pablo Escobear, he's out wandering in the woods, and he finds this duffel bag.
What did he just call him?
Pablo Escobear, that is what he is named.
Pablo Escobar, like the Mexican
like Pablo Escobar, the head of the drug lords. That's his name. He has been dubbed this. So, little Pablo, isn't that the best name ever for a bear?
Brilliant, whoever did that.
All right, so he's out there and he's wandering the woods, and he finds these duffel bags raining from the sky. Doesn't know what they are. Gets into one, eats it. Oh my God, this is amazing. It makes him feel incredible. So he eats more. So he winds up eating 70 pounds of cocaine.
Wait, what kind of bear is it?
It is a black bear.
That's not a very big bear to eat.
No, only 175 pounds.
He ate half of his body weight?
His stomach was bursting with it. So the doctor, when they do the autopsy on the bear, realizes that his stomach is literally full of cocaine. And so the joke was, for about 5 minutes, he was the ultimate apex predator on the planet. So before he OD'd.
Oh my God. Yeah. I would say so. I would.
He literally lived.
Let's just 70 pounds. Like, that's a child. Like, how else do you have to be as a child to be 70 pounds? Like,
probably around 10 or 11. Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
God.
I think that was my weight around that time. Although I was a fat kid, so I don't know. So I was the chubby nerdy kid. I can't imagine, what would happen to me when I grew up. So
Yeah, no, well, now you're a svelte action figure. So if anybody
but
wants to look you up on the
yeah.
con circuit, they
Oh
can
my
see
God.
the
So
muscles that it's you.
they're gonna Google me and go, really?
Is that him?
But anyway, the bear, right? So the thing is, the guy did the autopsy on him, right? Forestry Service guy. He's like, wow, this bear is in great shape though, because it didn't die from being hit by a car, didn't die from anything like that. We need to have this thing stuffed. So they got it stuffed and they put it at the Educational Research Center for the Chattahoochee Forest because it was like a perfect specimen of a bear, except for the fact that, he died of what he died of. He was still very healthy and intact. So perfect bear carcass, right?
I wonder how much of that cocaine that was in his stomach was still good. Do you think some of the guys took it?
Probably not much. Stomach acid does its thing, man. So
I
it
know,
is
but
a
it's
bear.
70
they store their
pounds.
food to slow down, so they do slow down their digestive tracts. So maybe, I don't know. So
I'm just wondering if anybody took advantage of bear cocaine. That's all I'm saying. Like, I think it was the 80s and
it was the 80s, it was mid 80s at this point. Yep.
Things
So,
that
oh my gosh.
do out loud. Bear cocaine.
Well, anyway, the poor bear, he's stuffed. He's put in the Chattahoochee National Forest Education Center for years until there's a threat of a forest fire, and they have to take everything away, and then they take it and they put it in storage to keep it safe, right? Keep it secret,
Okay.
keep it safe, right?
Very Lord of the Rings, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for the next plot twist?
Well, so let me just make sure so I'm caught up with everybody else.
Yeah.
We have the dead body. They go in. Who found the bear?
The bear, the Park Services that was also with the FBI and the CIA who were investigating the drugs. They were following the trail of the plane, trying to calculate where it went, and that's when they found over 50 miles from where the body was is where they found the drugs.
Okay, so they find the crashed plane. They find all the drugs. They find the bear.
Yeah, they found the body. Yeah,
they autopsy the bear, and then the bear is taxidermied. I love that this is decided to be an educational thing. I just want to, I want to know who went, you know what? This would be educational as to warn others of what happens if you give a bear cocaine. Like, I just don't know the education that goes with that. I know it's fairly healthy, but I just want to know the thought process of this is going to be educational for somebody.
So the bear is in a storage shed.
Okay, right? Storage.
Waiting out the fire. And then the storage shed gets robbed. And he is kidnapped. The bear, Pablo Escobear, gets kidnapped from his storage shed, escaping a wildfire.
Oh my gosh. That takes a lot of effort. This isn't a tiny thing to steal.
It's a 175-pound bear, but I guess he's a lot less weight, but still.
But he's got to be mounted to something. This is not like something you could throw in the back of your car.
Yep. So the storage shed is robbed. Okay. Right? And they're like, oh, is this the end of Pablo Escobear? No. He winds up in a pawn shop in Knoxville, Tennessee.
How much later from when it was
about robbed? A year later after the theft.
Okay, so somebody has this bear an entire year, and then it's like, you know what?
Then he's pawned.
I need some money. Let's
once he gets to the pawn shop calls a friend of theirs, a man named Waylon Jennings.
Like the Waylon Jennings?
The Waylon Jennings, country music legend, Waylon Jennings, just the good old boys.
Oh my, okay, we're Dukes of Hazzard. This bear.
The original Highwayman, this guy. So Waylon goes, I gotta have this. And so he buys it and gives it to a friend of his.
Okay.
Now the friend of his is the guy who lives in Vegas, who shows the entertainers how to have a good time, right? He's known for, he has a couple mansions in Vegas that when you are out doing your residency in Vegas and you want to have a good time in Vegas in the 80s, you went and saw this guy. So,
Okay.
and this guy would let you stay in one of his mansions, and one of his mansions was Kentucky themed. So of course it's like of course in Vegas you would want a Kentucky themed mansion. Why not? And so it was like a rustic cabin setting. So he's got Pablo Escobear in there. Now, according to the pawn shop, they didn't know that this was Cocaine Bear, that this was just some bear that got sent to them.
You gotta wonder if there was labeling on whatever stand he was on.
According to Waylon Jennings, though, they told him immediately, "Hey, this is the Cocaine Bear you want." Andrew Thornton.
I like the guy shop to the police is like, I have no idea who this is. Hey, by the way, I have Cocaine Bear.
I have Cocaine Bear. And it's Andrew Thornton's Cocaine Bear, the one that died with Andrew. Because what happens is that guy who is the guy who knows how to make people have a good time was one of Andrew Thornton's old partners. So, wow. So that's why having that bear, oh my gosh, it's
comes full circle.
Yep. So the bear stays in Vegas for a number of years. Waylon passes. This guy finally passes, and then they auction off his mansions because he has no relatives. And at no point in time does anybody go, that is there like a reward out for Cocaine Bear from? No, not at this point. It's okay. It was thought lost to history, right? Oh, they thought it was lost. Yeah, they just thought it was gone. You know, who's going to sell a bear? From a storage shed. They were more concerned about some of the Indian artifacts and other things that were in there that they did recover most of those. So. Well, I guess we're like, I guess we don't need that bear back. It's fine. Yeah. So anyway, and no one really knew about this bear being in, this guy's custody for forever. It's not like he was advertising. It wasn't like a public place either. You had to be a big high-end celebrity who was into drugs to even see this thing. You gotta know people. I know that was a terrible when to hold them. I don't even know what I was doing there. Yeah. So then the bear, has had a good life in this mansion, I assume, seeing who knows what at those parties. And then do you wonder how many people had sex on the bear? Because gotta wonder. Somebody had to have had sex on that bear. Somebody did cocaine off the bear's back. Come on. It's although cleaning a bear is pretty, I would assume, not an easy thing. So I can, but I guess the maids would be paid plenty, to keep it quiet and whatever else they saw there. But anyway, so Cocaine Bear lived a life beyond his life as a party animal too. I see that. Yeah. And then, like I said, it was auctioned. Okay. And an elderly Chinese man was the only bidder on Escobear. And he got him for the stately sum of $200 in the 1990s. Yeah, late 1990s. Do we know how much he was pawned for? We do not know. We do not know. I'm just wondering about the devaluation. The devaluation. Because he technically was worth 70 pounds of cocaine at one point of this endeavor. He must have been a couple hundred, at least $1 million there. Yeah. And now. And now he's down to $200. This is a sad story. A sad tale of what happens when you do cocaine. The man has a Chinese medicine restaurant. He brings the bear home, Chinese restaurant, sorry, Chinese medicine, not restaurant, sorry. He owns a Chinese restaurant. He also owns a Chinese medicine shop. Okay. And he brings the bear home, and his wife says it scares her too much. He has to take it to one of the places. So he takes it to the shop. And it becomes the shop's mascot at the Chinese shop. Well, that's poetic in a very weird way. Okay. Now we come to our Eerie Adventure portion of the show. This is where you can actually go experience. We're in our Eerie Adventure. Yes, that's the tail. That's the tail portion of the show. So now the adventure portion goes, well, I would like to see Cocaine Bear. Now that, what happened to him? The last stage of his journey. Well, two gentlemen who own a company in Kentucky called Kentucky for Kentucky, or KY for KY, decide they want to find out what happened to Cocaine Bear. They read the Bluegrass Conspiracy. They have a bunch of eclectic stuff in this shop of theirs. They opened the Fun Mall. It's called the KY for KY Fun Mall. And they that sounds like a different kind of fun. I wonder if they exactly. It's very bride friendly. But which is why we love this shop. And they dug into this to figure out what happened to the bears. They found this bunny trail. They were the ones who figured out, went to Waylon Jennings, went to this guy, went to this guy. All this is long after the Bluegrass Conspiracy stories are long gone. Andrew has been dead since the 80s. But these guys have been chasing it down. They finally find the widow of the poor elderly Chinese man.
Okay.
And he had died. And she said, please take the bear. All it will cost you is your shipping.
So, oh, wow.
So
now he's worth nothing.
Nothing. The shipping costs. So they bring him to their shop where he is still there today. It is in the heart of Lexington, back where Andrew Thornton II was born. It has come full circle. The bear is now in Kentucky, and he is on display in the Kentucky for Kentucky Fun Mall. And you too can get your picture with Pablo Escobear, where there is a wonderful little plaque mounted next to him. You said, a good mounting, and it says, mounting. Yep. Pablo Escobear, don't do drugs or you'll wind up stuffed like Pablo. Wow. The ultimate apex predator. So
that is like so many levels of ridiculous. I think we could have probably gone on for hours about this weird journey with this bear and what this guy did. I just, wow, no. So I'm assuming, Mark, yes, that you've gone to see Mr. Cocaine Bear, knowing that you know about the plaque. So when did you go see Cocaine Bear?
We went and saw him right before, it was right after Thanksgiving. We were up there for Cryptid Con in Lexington, and everybody was saying, you got to go see Cocaine Bear. You got to go see Cocaine Bear. And I had heard about him for a long time, but I'd never actually been. So went to see him. Now, of course, the day we get there is the day the movie trailer drops.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's convenient for us.
Yes. So Elizabeth Banks has decided to make her directorial debut.
Well, it's not movie. Debut. Oh, she did Pitch Perfect.
She did Pitch Perfect. So her next directorial opus is Cocaine Bear, starring the late great Ray Liotta. I can only hope he's playing Woody Harrelson's dad, Charlie Harrelson. But I don't. I
hope he is the lead investigator on this case. Actually,
that would be great.
That would be more screen time.
That would be more screen time. It would be fun. But I have no idea how they're going to play it. It looks comedy, and of course, the movie trailer is 2 minutes of this giant killer bear, attacking all the things, and it looks like a wild comedy. I am all in. And
I agree. We will have to do the premiere and then do a follow-up.
I'll have to do a follow-up with the full movie review and everything. And it's coming out in March of 2023. Oh my God, it just so anyway, we're there that day, and of course the place is packed. And they were like, we're selling out of merch super quick. But you can go to their website and order plenty of merch. But I highly recommend, if you're anywhere within a few hours of Lexington, Kentucky, make your drive there. The shop is amazing. There's plenty to see. This is, again, just one of the many things they have there. It's man, I just can't praise it enough. It's they have wonderful shirts that they have a lot of Kentucky themed ornaments for Christmas trees at the time. So they were little turkey legs or chicken legs and chicken wings, Christmas lights. I was like, yeah, that's cold. And then they had signs for Kentucky Pride Chicken that were rainbow signs. There was a lot of good stuff there. So
it sounds amazing. So I think, listeners out there, if you happen to go see, Cocaine Bear, you should send us your photos. We would love to see your photos. And I mean, if you held up a little thing that said, I heard about you on Eerie Adventure, I mean, we wouldn't mind that. We might even share it on social media. And if you know anything about Cocaine Bear, you guys should share it with us. Because
if you've gone down this bunny trail, the Bluegrass Conspiracy, and you found some of these other characters from history that are involved in this. This, I mean, literally, there are 3 books about this, and you can just go deep dive into each one. Some of them, go all into the Chagua, conspiracy, the whole bit about the company. Of course, James Patterson even uses the company as his big cartel in several of his works, as that's the power behind the power. And how high was Andrew Thornton in this organization? We don't know. That's he's dead on a driveway. He went pancake. So.
Well, I mean, it's terrible, all the lives that were lost during this adventure, and not taking away from any of that and the families who lost people due to that. But I mean, how ridiculous of a story is it that what he did managed to create this sort of myth legend? It's not even a myth, it's a real person.
It's a real thing. Yeah.
It's not even a cryptid. What's the best part is Cocaine Bear is not a cryptid.
No, he is not. He is not, he is not Hogzilla. He is not, the Meth Gator, but he's up there with those, and those are future episodes.
I was gonna say Hogzilla and Meth Gator. We definitely have to go down that rabbit hole.
Oh yeah. We will be talking all these fun things eventually, and we will be getting experts on to discuss some of these. But
there's a Meth Gator expert.
There is a Meth Gator expert.
I know there is.
Yeah.
I just.
Yeah. Oh wait, just wait. So he's a character in himself. But anyway, yeah. So the moral of the story, gang: don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Okay.
Okay.
You will end up
well,
stuck.
I think we should revise the moral of the story, which is, do not do 70 pounds. Don't eat 70 pounds of cocaine. That is probably a bad thing.
Yeah. I think, that's definitely, if your stomach is only 70 pounds and you have filled it with a controlled substance, there might be issues. So, please contact your doctor, immediately.
We're gonna not give medical advice on this show for what you should. However, if you happen to be a part of witnessing a plane crash full of drugs and there's wildlife about, leave. Just go. Just go. It doesn't turn out well.
This is not going to end well for you. So and now let's we go back with all this. We've got all this crazy story and all this stuff. There are still people who were involved in this. Now, Andrew was married for a couple years.
Oh, really?
His wife, he supported her even after their divorce. He just was not the marrying kind. He did not want to be tied down. But his wife, I can't find a single bad thing she ever said about him. Just that, the worst thing was he felt like he was not needed as a husband. And so he needed to do more on the streets. And that was during his police years. And all of his partners, like I said, they all called him like he was the bad cop when the good cop, bad cop stuff came to shove. But they all said he was a good guy, Well,
other than being a Nazi sympathizer, I suppose.
He was living this double life. And that's what I think the wife just, was keeping him from living this life on the edge that he needed. And I think, it's pretty crazy when you're hanging out with hitmen and, and gun smugglers and drug smugglers, and you're, flying secret flights in and out of South America. You can only, being tied down. That's just,
And I'm not going to be sad that he's a pancake. I'm just throwing that
out.
I'm
no, definitely not.
Pancake.
And again, there are lots of theories about how he died. Did the partner kill him, or were they the reason the partner got killed 2 weeks later? Because, was that a cover up, or was it a revenge killing like these other revenge killings that had happened? And the fact that these.
Here's the only part that doesn't work for me on all of that. These drug companies would not, under any circumstances, want to lose that much product. So even if his partner, like, I'm just here's the conspiracy theory, true crime part of me goes, there's no way they'd want to lose all that product. So even if they decided to take him out, it would have been done a different way. as to not create that particular scenario. Because I mean, we're talking at the time probably millions of dollars, now probably hundreds of millions of dollars.
Hundreds of millions, yeah, especially, and the money he had on his person, he had thousands of dollars on his person. He had some gold Krugerrands on his person when he died,
like you do. No
yeah,
wonder
because
he was
he was convinced. Remember, he was convinced that World War III was imminent. So so he was carrying a lot of gold on him because that cash is going to be useless, and it's just wild. But then the bear story, I think what got me on this was, as I'm researching this and I'm learning all this stuff about, I get to the bear, and then, oh, he's dead. That's sad. And then the adventure the corpse of the bear goes on is just as amazing as the life of the crazy guy who caused all this. And then Waylon Jennings. Oh my gosh, how crazy is that?
Just the amount of people that touch this story is so ridiculous. And
yeah. And we'll never really know the all the people involved in the parties at the mansion that the bear was at. This is
that if there are pictures of that, I'm just saying.
I'm sure.
I'm sure this would have been on social media.
This would have been late, early 80s. So cell phones not a thing, but disposable cameras were a thing.
I was going to say, if there's any party pictures, send them our way. We will not share them unless you give us, including, hey guys, if you share stories with us, you can tell us not to use your real name. Please feel free to change the names to protect the innocent or not so innocent. I like both flavors. So very cool.
Yeah. So I think that this was a great story to start with because it just has every twist and turn you can imagine. And like I said, it isn't decrypted, but it is. I mean, it's one of those. Is he urban legend? No, he's real. We there is no legend about this except for some of the stuff that's going to be in the movie. But
some things were changed to make it more entertaining.
Interesting. Yeah, but I cannot wait to see how this goes, and I am excited for future adventures.
Episodes. What are we talking about? What's coming up? I'm super excited.
I mean, in the future, we have quite a few lined up, but I believe our next subject is going to be one of those things where we're going to talk about. Well, let's give them a tease. We'll say the theme song to Moonraker. Okay, James Bond, Moonraker, and then we're also going to talk about the Hadron Collider.
Okay.
So we're going very science fiction with this.
Well, I was going to say we're going very science fiction, but I have a feeling we're not really going science fiction.
No. And then we're also going to throw in Fruit Loops.
Okay, Fruit Loops. I enjoy Fruit Loops thoroughly. I feel I'm not going to enjoy them the same way with what we're talking about, but I love this. No, Mark, that was an amazing story. That was so cool.
Well, I'm glad we enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun, and I can't wait to. We'll be talking all kinds of things. I'm waiting for some stories that you're going to bring us. I'm not going to be the only storyteller here, but we have got, and I can't wait to see what everybody else sends us for episode ideas and things you would like to see. I cannot wait to see where this goes. I think. My goodness, the most important thing, though, is we've got to, once again, thank everybody for listening.
Yes, if you enjoyed it, for being with us.
Yeah, give it a like, give it a subscribe, share the word. We're in the early days. We'd like to build this thing, into something that you can all be proud of. And
we want you guys to come on this adventure with us because we're going to get seriously weird, folks. We get weird.
We're going to delve into all the high strangeness. That's going to be our specialty here. And just when you think you've heard it all, there's more. As many plot twists as this one had, there's more coming. But thank you all so much for joining us, and we will thank Callie for producing this wonderful episode and doing all the magic and the post editing that I'm sure edited out all those terrible things that we talked about when we went off on that one whole side trail. Oh my gosh.
I don't think she's editing it that much. You can cling to that, but I don't think that's happening, my friend.
Okay. As long as she doesn't cut out the bit about Waylon Jennings, that's the important.
I don't think she's cutting anything out. I think every
as long as they're not,
ridiculous thing that comes out of your mouth is going to be incorporated forever on the interwebs.
You are the best. And then We've got, and Destiny's going to play us out here in just a few minutes. So
That
have
will
you
be
got
wonderful.
anything you got coming up, Erika, that you want to discuss?
No, I I'm firmly excited about the fact that I got brand new slippers, but I don't think it's show worthy, but they're very, very comfortable. So I'm going to take us out with put on your cozy slippers and listen to more podcasts from us.
Well, when we are next in person together, I am bringing you your Cocaine Bear
I got a Cocaine Bear shirt. That is
a Cocaine Bear hoodie.
Woo!
Yep. So the ultimate party animal is coming for you, and we'll be seeing that at Pensacon shortly. So I cannot wait. So.
Oh yeah, no, we'll be at Pensacon if you want to come up to us and meet the Eerie Adventure crew.
Heard the first episode. We love you. Hopefully, a few episodes will be out by then, and that'll be great. So, oh my gosh, we're coming up. I saw the 2-minute warning. So I think we're
2 minutes. Mark, do you have anything exciting besides showing up at Pensacon? Wait, you're also at Mad Monster.
I'm at Mad Monster the week before Pensacon. Then we're also hitting in between the two. So Mad Monster's in North Carolina, and then Pensacon's in Pensacola, Florida. And that week in between is Mardi Gras. But we will not be doing Mardi Gras. We will be avoiding New Orleans. But we will be hitting Mississippi and Alabama, and we'll be hitting Fife, where the Fife UFO incident occurred. And we'll also be doing Pascagoula, Mississippi, which also had a UFO incident. So, and those are for a project that is to be named later. But yeah, we're excited. And the Eerie Appalachia audiobook has gone to press from Four Horsemen Publishing and History Press, and it is available on fine audio book places now. So definitely give yourself a download if you want to hear more of me in between episodes and learn about fun things like the bench leg of Gobel Ridge and the snarly yow and the snallygaster and other fun monsters that are fun to pronounce.
Did you just pick all the ones with an S name for that last little bit there?
Just for that last little bit. Yeah, I just talked about snarly yow on another podcast, so it was stuck in my head. So
I like it.
But yeah, I could have said Mishapishu, but that's a long one. But anyway, yeah, so that's it. We're out of time, gang. Thank you so much, and we will see you on.
See you next time. Bye.